Hey everyone, and welcome back to Fright Night. Today we are continuing with Sherlock Holmes. We're going to see what's behind Hell's Door. So grab a snack, sit back, and be prepared to get scared. Let's go. A school, not exactly what I was expecting to find down here, to be honest. Ooh, and they were shackled to the ground. That's crazy. Broken tooth, light-colored enamel.
Of an adult male, likely lost in a beating. Only a couple of days old.
Ooh, rats.
The inside of the cuff is worn. It's been used often. A wax cylinder. There is something recorded on it.
It might come in handy.
The writing is mostly gone. Phonetic symbols, perhaps.
I wonder what they were trying to teach them down here. Maybe that's what they were trying to teach them. Holy shit, that's a head. Notebook of Professor Gygax. The new method at last started to show progress. The success rate is 4 out of 10 and the failures are not responding to any external stimuli. Nevertheless, the phonics system can be declared an undeniable success. Regardless of their native language or place of origin, individuals learn to speak the chant without flaw. They learn it quickly and fluently, despite lacking all mental autonomy. Just making them into like zombies. Regrettably, one of the chosen continues to resist. Isolation and deprivation resulted in a strengthening of their disobedience. Negotiation only ignited anger, and even after the direct removal of the frontal and temporal lobes, it seems all that was left was an innate desire to resist. This chosen one cannot be allowed to pollute the minds of the others. The conclusion is inescapable. They cannot continue to live. I will see to it they are sent to the well. Well, that doesn't sound good.
Looks as if it's been recently used.
What is it? Well, if I was trying to be sneaky, that's over. That's a brain. The bank has the gems. My master has ordered me to send the first shipment of chosen ones. They will arrive within 2 weeks. Do not fail us. A. A handwritten letter. Professor, trust my guide, the light of the abyss, for he shall enlighten our chosen ones. Make sure he is present, and that our chosen utter nothing but the sacred words. And lo, the trance will begin, and we will be an inch closer to the universe beyond. Your work is essential, as many of our flock do not speak our language, and time is of the essence. It would be best to work in groups, performing at least one seance per day for a week. Of course, the most skeptical members will have to be tamed by your hands. In the meantime, my work continues on a physical method to maintain the trance state through the emitted light waves of Khalid lenses. Finally, my men in New Orleans will contact you regarding the new shipment of Chosen. Make room for them as you have done before. R. Ooh, and a key. Yoink.
A very professional brain dissection.
Oh, yes, yes. Poor bird.
Dynamo machine. Provides electrical stimulation for the person in the chair. Full grain leather straps. Impossible to escape.
One second before we go down there. Seems like an elevator. This must be the well they're talking about.
Oh, the smell. Dear God, is that body parts?
That's one way to get rid of people.
Judging by the remnants of blood and flesh, these instruments were used for dismemberment. Utterly inhuman.
Alright, goal number 1, don't end up in the well.
Get out of my head!
Your mind festers, devoid of soul. Find reverence for the one that trembled.
The great Lord!
Left your surrender your soul and become a servant of madness.
Please! No more! Stop it! Watson! John! Somebody!
Wretched mortal, do not fear what is to come. Let him rupture our world anew. Awaken!
behold.
Well, that's not good.
The light of the abyss is the light from the abyss. Get out of my head.
Alright, if they can get in Sherlock's head, then they can pretty much get in anyone's, I feel like. This is a badass room, though. Alright, what do we got? We got some new letters. Nothing new, but we do have a key.
A hydraulic elevator? How ingenious.
Yeah. I'm sure this is a good idea. What could go wrong, right, folks?
Watson?
Holmes,
What are you still doing here?
still? I was trying to find more information. Did you think I was just going to sit in my room twiddling my thumbs?
I only asked you to find the key. I had everything else under control.
Says the man who looks like he saw a ghost.
I'm fine, Watson.
You're hardly fine. You reek of congealed blood and chemicals. What did you see down there?
Never mind me. Where's Gygax?
I'm afraid she's over there. I found her like that when I entered, on my word.
What? She was our biggest lead.
Yet another wrinkle in our investigation. What do we do now, Holmes?
Hush. Let me think.
That was a pin in her eye. Oh, the doll's here too, so it could be either Gerda or the one who was writing a lot of poetry, the old head doctor. One of them could have snapped. Heidi did say.
How did it end up here?
It did say it was gonna kill him. You're not looking so good. I guess someone finally gave you a lobotomy.
The pencil is buried deep all the way to the brain. Instant death. No traces of blood on her clothes. Must have got on her white overcoat. The patients here wear the same robes.
We'd better inform the local police about this.
You're right, Watson. But first, we need to determine where our case goes next.
No other clues, I'm assuming. Where does the evidence lead next? Good question. Well, we got this from the bank. We have so many letters. Finally, my men in New Orleans will contact you. Bank is in New Orleans, and there's a telegram from New Orleans. Several pieces of evidence now point to New Orleans. It appears that the kidnappers have enlisted the service of the banking house of E.W. Gray to sell gems.
We've got what we needed, Watson. This conspiracy reaches further than we thought. I don't suppose you've ever been to New Orleans?
You are joking.
I seldom do. Let's go. There's no time to waste.
It's gonna be a long boat ride, buddy.
There's nothing in this world that cannot be explained with logic and reason. Nothing in this world.
Holmes?
Hmm?
You seem troubled.
I'm not troubled, Watson. I am preoccupied.
That place was awful. Inhumane. It would be natural to experience some feelings of shock or fear.
Men reduced to gibbering imbeciles, numb beyond recognition, powerless to help themselves. When a doctor does go wrong, they are the first of criminals. They have the nerve and they have the knowledge.
That woman did not deserve the title. Such casual cruelty for such selfish aims.
I knew another man like that once. He treated my mother, perhaps even killed her, depending on who you ask.
My sincere condolences.
In the end, she was just a shadow of herself. The outline of the person I recognized, but lacking all else. She was pushed until she cracked. Should you see me cracking, John, I must ask you to intervene.
Nothing compels us to pursue this matter further, Sherlock. We can return to London, report what we have discovered. Let more capable hands take over.
Alas, there are no such hands. Were we to abandon our quest now, I fear no other would succeed in our stead.
We know nothing of what awaits. What dangers lurk in the darkness?
Nonsense. We draw nearer to New Orleans with every passing minute, and thus closer to the answers we seek. Those answers, for all their perversity and improbability, will, nevertheless, be the work of men. And that is a work I have studied well.
So be it.
I know you to be a diligent author, but if I may make one request. Kindly omit my mother and her suffering from your tale.
Of course.
Thank you, John.
Always wanted to take an old-timey train ride like that. Chapter 4: The Outsiders.
Ah, Holmes. After our trip to nippy Switzerland, I can certainly use some of this New World heat.
Do not get carried away, Watson. What we could certainly use are answers to my questions.
I know, but you look exhausted. Why didn't we find the hotel first?
We shall rest when our investigation is over, and not a moment sooner. I shall ask you to handle our bags while I search for the bank.
As you wish. Oi! Stop it, you! Our luggage! Good Lord, what have you done? That's my stuff.
I'm sorry, mister. It was an accident. It's fine, it's fine. I'll just put everything back. Where are the socks?
Ah, not an auspicious start, is it? Never mind. I'll handle it. You go on ahead.
Have fun, Watson. Alright, let's pin this bad boy. Let's ask the crowd.
Could you help me?
Oh, I know this. Yeah, let me help you.
The bank can be found on the street up from the port on the left side of the Harbor Master building opposite Chinatown. Nice. Who's the first guy? And what is our question? Who is the jeweler seller A? Right. The nymph of Louisiana. Doggy. What's up, boy?
Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray.
Interesting. Seems like that's how the cult's paying for everything. Dang, there's a lot of missing people. Missing. Sun Tao, 34. Last seen in Chinatown, New Orleans Sheriff Department.
Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray. Our ship leaves tomorrow morning. No room for sightseeing then.
Hey, we gotta do this quick.
More people missing here, too.
Oh, more about the jewels. The banking house of E.W. Gray will be hosting a closed auction of black opals. The bank doesn't disclose the origin of the rare stones. However, the bank clerk, Miss Zoe Clemens, has confirmed the authenticity of each stone. We got the general store. Pawn shop. Ah, here's Chinatown, it looks like. Which means, yep, there's the banking house. Does this unlock this location, though? Nice. Alright, let's check out the bank.
Mr. Frank Barnaby, right? Auction's about to start.
Yeah, that's me. Totally, dude. Squints, myopia. Okay. Abe Lincoln Alive, a hidden tabloid newspaper. There's something in his pocket, which we say is a sandwich. Alright, the guard at the bank is a real character, storing a sandwich in his pocket while reading Abe Lincoln Alive makes the guard a paranoid fool with bad taste. Besides, the man has myopia. He's a paranoid fool or a critical thinker. The guard at the bank is a real character, storing a sandwich in his pocket to save time while reading Abe Lincoln Alive makes him a critical thinker who questions everything, even the truth. Constantly reading to the determination of one's health. I feel like he's a critical thinker. I may be able to get in by lying, but that seems short-lived if this guy shows up, so...
You have me mistaken, sir. My name...
If you ain't Frank Barnaby, you ain't coming in.
Listen, the fate of many lives is at stake.
I'm sure it is.
So, not going to let me in then?
No name, no invitation, no entry.
Holmes, over here.
Ah, well hello, Watson.
Any luck?
None. They're holding an auction, invitation only. The good news is, I know who might have one. We need to find Mr. Barnaby.
Who?
Frank Barnaby, most likely a local.
And you think Mr. Barnaby will be happy to share his invitation?
Let us first find him, then we can see if he is the generous type.
Alright. Let's find this Frank Barnaby fella. Hey, buddy.
You satisfy my curiosity?
Oh, I've heard talk.
Well, that was lucky. The locals say that he owns a shop in Chinatown called Barnaby's Hidden Gems. Well, that was easy.
How marvelous, Holmes. A city within a city.
Indeed, those lanterns are delightful. It is as though we have been transported to the Orient itself.
I do love those lanterns. What do we got back here? A hotel? A saloon? Gun store? Hidden gems. There we go.
Locked. No one's here. Rather unassuming for a jewelry store.
Damn, he at it again. Barnaby still owes you. If he can't pay in greenbacks, he'll pay in blood.
Alright.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I'm bone tired, but yeah, I'll help you.
Two gentlemen say that Barnaby owes them money. He is a known alcoholic, is currently getting drunk at a local bar called the Giddy Gator in the Creole Quarter. He can be recognized by a yellow hat and green jacket. Alright. Giddy Gator. Like that name. Well, look at that.
This place. There's a Spartan charm, does it not?
It does. My soul will always yearn for London's gloom, but it reminds me of Cordona in a nice way.
There it is. Excuse me, ma'am. This looks like the guy we're looking for. And he's drunk.
Barnaby, unconscious but with his eyes open.
That's what we're looking for.
Look, Watson, the two of you are just alike.
Oh, great. So I look like a haggard alcoholic.
No, but you definitely fit a good disguise. Mr. Barnaby, the banking house of E.W. Gray invites you to participate in a closed auction. We are pleased to present a selection of rare and extraordinary black opals for sale. Please contact our employee to receive more information. We strongly urge you to wear the cleanest suit you have and be sober. He has failed at both of these. One more unacceptable incident and we will exclude you from our list of buyers.
Eureka! What have you got?
An idea. First, we'll need Mr. Barnaby's clothes.
Holmes.
Watson, time is of the essence. You will go to the bank, not as yourself, but as Frank Barnaby.
Holmes, we look nothing alike.
The hat and coat will do the heavy lifting. Just stay cool, play the part, and no one will notice the difference. Trust me.
Holmes, must we really indulge in this farce?
It worked in Switzerland, didn't it?
Sure, if you redefine the word worked.
Like the hat? Like the hat? Alright.
Where's my cash, Frank? In the bartender's tip jar?
Alright, well, as long as we don't get our ass beat for owing everyone in town money, this should work.
Where's the money, Barnaby?
I'll wait here so as not to arouse suspicion.
Thank you, Sherlock.
Mr. Barnaby.
Right you are. Shop owner.
Right. Your invitation, sir?
Here you go.
You okay, sir? Seem to have the jumps.
I'm in a rush.
Come on in.
Everyone in town's trying to beat my ass, man.
Heavens, I never seen gems so big.
I simply must have them.
Yes. Black opal from Australia. 40 carats, rare stone believed to be a piece of the shattered space rock that fell on Earth. Seems rather cosmic.
This might be useful. I'll make a note.
These are the employees. The J. Atkinson, E. Harrison. Could be any of these three, probably. Dang, those are cool. Someone just leave money out like that? What's up?
Is this familiar to you?
I'm so sorry. I can't be of help.
What we got going on over here?
Morning, sir, and welcome to the E.W. Gray Banking House. The auction will begin shortly. Name's Zoe Clemens, and I'd be delighted to help you.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Clemens. I am Frank Barnaby. I do have some questions, if you don't mind.
You almost messed up there, Watson.
These gems are rather curious. What can you tell me about them?
These rare beauties are black opals, all the way from Coober Pedy, South Australia. When they catch the light, the dark stone becomes a brilliant rainbow. It's something special.
Forgive my curiosity, but who was the previous owner?
Sir, I ain't at liberty to disclose them details.
Alright, but are they stolen?
It doesn't say where these stones came from. No provenance, no previous owner. I'm starting to suspect they were illegally procured.
What? We would never. I can assure you these gems were bought from one of New Orleans' most upstanding citizens, a philanthropist no less. If you would like to know more, I could get my manager.
You old dog, Barnaby. Didn't think you'd sober up for the auction. An hour ago, you were 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, you know, I hold my liquor better than most. And the auction was an important business opportunity.
An important business opportunity. Ha! What have you done with the real Barnaby?
Well, maybe I'm drunker than I thought, mister.
Mister? What's wrong, Frank? You're looking pale. Don't you recognize your old pal, Grub?
Grub? It's a hell of a name. He's the sheriff. Sheriff Grubb, he's in a position of power. Proud or a poser? He cares for his appearance. And he has polished nails. Fashionable or hates getting dirty? Don't mind me, Grub. Just checking out what's going on. Nice hat. Large wool hat. It's oversized. So, is he a fashionable menace or toothless dog? Is the law in New Orleans. He is fairly eccentric, looking after his nails, appearance, and image. However, it is just a cover for his true nature as a remorseless and highly powerful individual in the local community who uses his image to distract and disguise his true nature. Or he is actually a barking, toothless dog. The man attempts to make the impression that he is an important figure in the life of New Orleans. However, he is just a small cog in the governmental machine. In fact, the sheriff feels so uncomfortable and displeased with his role that he tries to compensate with ridiculous tournaments, fashionable looks, and threatening behaviors. I'm not actually sure on that one. But I feel like it's this.
Sorry, Sheriff, but I don't have time for this.
Now, Frank, when I'm talking to you, everything else waits. If I want to talk, you talk. If I say jump, you say off which pier. Do we understand each other?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, while I have you, there's the matter of your outstanding fines. I've been more than reasonable, but I'm afraid the bills come due.
Fines? Right. I'm afraid I don't have anything on me.
That's funny. Ain't you at the auction? I weren't born yesterday, Frank. Now, assault, battery, disorderly conduct, that's serious stuff. You got off easy, but if you don't pay up, things get a whole lot worse.
Look, Sheriff, I'm not actually...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Think careful now, 'cause Frank Barnaby only owes us cash. But fraud, impersonation, that's weasel behavior. And you know what we do to weasels round these parts. Feed 'em to the gators. So, Frank, what's it gonna be?
Here's all I have.
Mighty fine of you. The people of this parish deserve peace. They don't take kindly to visitors. Don't miss that boat tomorrow morning, Doctor.
Of course he knew it wasn't us.
I told you, Holmes. I told you it was a bad plan. Now we're penniless and wanted criminals.
Hysteria gets us nowhere, Watson. Tell me what happened.
The sheriff saw right through me. He knew who I was from the start. Extorted me for every coin I had.
Bah, all that matters is what you learned about the gems.
I shan't discuss it while still wearing that blighter's clothes. I'm going back to the boat to get changed.
It's probably a good idea before someone else comes looking for money.
No, no! Was that your luggage again? I don't understand. We just got it back in order.
What the hell?
Oh, bollocks, now our clothes are in the bloomin' water.
It was like the luggage had legs of its own. Oh, Mr. Pratchett will have my head.
I ain't sure what you did to the sheriff, but it must have been something real hairy to have him chuck your luggage off the pier.
With respect, miss, have we met before?
If you were the real Frank Barnaby, yeah, we would have. But where are my manners? I'm Lucy. And you are?
John, I didn't mean to be rude. I've just had a difficult day, miss.
Well, it's barely noon. And you've already made an enemy in Sheriff Grubb. The man starves his gators just in case someone crosses him. John who?
Watson.
Well, Johnny, if you plan on sticking around, you better change that suit, or Frank's reputation will catch up with you. And then you'll be a John Doe.
Alas, I think one of those gators is currently devouring my spare clothes.
You've got yourself in a fine pickle. All right, come on board the Nymph of Louisiana, and I'll sort you something to wear.
The nymph? Is that what it sounds like? Why are you helping me?
Well, let's just say you ain't the only one who's had run-ins with the sheriff. Way I see it, this city deserves better. Now quit your stalling and head on over to the Nymph. I'll be in room 6.
This Mr. Barnaby is proving rather useful. Perhaps you're not so different after all.
One more word, Holmes, and I'll hand you over to the sheriff.
Sorry, was that John talking or Frank?
Oh, go annoy someone else while I visit the nymph.
Starting to think that this is wrong.
Always a pleasure to see you regular, Mr. Barnaby. Welcome home.
Well, look at you. All dressed up with nowhere to go.
I can't thank you enough. As I was saying, our journey has hardly gone to plan. We seem no closer to finding our missing people than when we left.
Well, if there were anything to know, Champagne'll know it. She's across everything in New Orleans. Look for her in the fisherman's village behind the Creole Quarter.
Thank you again, Lucy. I shall make my way there now.
Good luck, Johnny. Keep out of trouble.
Alright. And they get to the fisherman's market. Hey, what do you say to me now?
Perhaps you'd like someone new today, Frank. How about Miss Trixie or Joni?
Don't even look like Frank.
Forgive me, Watson. The difference is plain as day. What a remarkable transformation from Barnaby.
If we're critiquing wardrobes, Holmes, maybe you can explain why you used to roll just one sleeve up. Did you get bored halfway through?
Alright. Time for us to find the fishing. Fisherman's quarters behind the Creole Quarter. That's the smallest little carriage. Look at that. It was dainty. Hey, it's a pig. Thought you were the pig talking for a second there, Watson. Alright.
Do you know anything about this?
I've heard about that. Let me tell you.
Alright, people have said that Champagne lives in the fisherman's quarter in a hut on a boat. She owns 2 dogs. Hut on a boat, and she has 2 dogs. Is that a gator? Alright. Well, that looks like the place to me. It's the only hut that's a boat. Don't.
Tocqueville? Lafayette! Hush now. No offense, Sheriff. Them two don't take kindly to gents. Especially foreigners. How can Champagne help you? Trip to the bayou? Feeding a huge crocodile?
Some other time, perhaps. Word has it you know everything that goes on round these parts.
Maybe. Maybe not. What you want to know?
The bank in town recently purchased a valuable collection of gemstones from a wealthy man. What do you know of it?
Sheriff, I hear everything. This time I tell you for free. Next time, you pay.
Thank you.
May have been 1, 2 weeks ago. Rich man's butler sold him some black opals.
And this rich man is?
Don't know his name, only that he from the French Quarter. Folk back in town could take you there. That's all I know. You need a boat? I hire 'em out for dollars. Or a bottle of you know what.
Thank you for the offer and the help.
Alright. Who's the jewel seller A? Oh, he's one of the philanthropists. Did that say French Quarter? So I'm assuming it's going to be this E. Aronson. Is Richmond from there? Slip some information that is a philanthropist. Most likely the jewel seller who stands behind the A in the telegram from the Edenweiss Institute is E. Arneson from the French Quarter. I would agree. Alright, let's find this dude. So first we gotta get to the French Quarter, which I haven't been to yet. I'm looking at this, it would look like it's probably up here somewhere. Unless it's farther back.
May I ask you something?
I'm bone tired. But yeah, I'll help you.
Passerby suggests using a cab near the Harbor Master building to travel to the French Quarter. Okay. Oh, sorry, ma'am. That's my bad.
got a spot in mind.
French Quarter, and get us there fast.
That was a short chapter. Alright. Time to figure out where this guy lives.
You know, Watson, the opulent mansions and stifling heat remind me of my time in the Mediterranean.
Cordona does sound rather magical. Do you think you shall ever return?
I don't know. That place was home to some of my greatest memories and some of my lowest moments. May I ask for your assistance?
I'm bone tired, but yeah, I'll help you.
Locals say that Mr. Aronson's mansion has a large gate adorned with bisons. Okay. Large gate with bisons. That'd be the one.
Lord, help me.
Excuse me, miss. Are you all right? What is your name?
Eula, sir.
Waiting for someone, Eula?
Yes, sir. My brother Davy. He works for Mr. Arneson in that mansion yonder. Been 5 days now since I last heard from him.
Come now, why all the tears?
Something happened to Davy. I feel it in my bones.
Do you think he may have left the premises?
No, sir. Davy, he ain't like you and me. He's smart in some ways, but he can't talk. Not a word. He's pure and kind.
Fear not. We will look for your brother. One presumes this gate is locked. Is there any other way inside?
There's another entrance through the stables you could try. That's where I meet Davy normally, but I couldn't get in. See, I couldn't find the key. It wasn't in its usual spot. Please hurry, sir. Find him for me.
Chapter 5, The Horror at the Door. Anything else?
Please, Lord, protect my brother.
No way in.
Strong and locked from inside. Still sturdy and intact. Oiled,
I rather
often
wish my
used.
lockpicks had not been lost in the river.
Along with all our clothes, books, tea.
Traces of mud. Here for a long time. This is where the key... would have been. I assume. There's a horse in there. Alright. What happened to Davy? Good question. First, we gotta find a way in. Indubitably. A lot of flies around here. Where would I be if I was the key?
Sir, something bad's happened. I can feel it.
Aha! Covered in dust. Nope. Score.
This must be the key to the stables. Poor animal has been suffering for days.
It's dehydrated, Holmes. Without water, it will die.
We gotta find some water for him.
Mr. Arneson's cab is still here.
Doesn't have water for days. That sound right.
Cayenne pepper. Half empty. Or as Watson would say, half full. Poor animal has been suffering for days.
Any water in here I can give him? I would like to get the horse some water.
This might be useful.
At least that's one life saved.
There we go, though. Yeah. Drink up, you need your strength. There you go. Alright, back to the mission at hand. One second. Alright, I'm back. Let's knock on this door and see what happens.
No way in.
A whole lot of nada. There's a lot of rustling. Now what do we got here? Looks like someone was dragged.
Size 10. The heels are sinking into the ground. Size 10. The owner's footprints were shallow. Look here, Doctor. 2 sets of footprints left by the same person, yet they vary in depth. What do you conclude?
Perhaps they arrived empty-handed, but left carrying something heavy.
Precisely. We'll make a detective of you yet, Watson. There's blood here.
True that.
Ah, do you smell that, Holmes? Something bad happened here.
I know. Be prepared for anything.
I didn't expect that door to open, to be quite honest. Alright, well, we're already in here. Let's see what happened. But it seems like it's gonna be bad. Size 10, dried up, mud with peat. Mr. Arnson, I'm happy to know that you liked the work carried out in your study room. It was a challenging and the most difficult job I've done. The lock was handmade to create the mechanism in accordance with your requirements. This is going to be something we have to get into. I added a magnetic bezel that must be activated to open the lock. As requested, it is hard to see the keyhole if you don't know where to look. Tell your friends about me. Thank you, J.G. Lock & Sons Locksmithery. Interesting.
A few drops of blood, but not from a mortal wound.
Trails and dust, blood droplets. Footprints go this way. Door with a horse symbol. The candle came from out of there, it looks like.
A trail of wax leads to the door. The candle was burning when it fell. Someone smaller walked over these boot prints.
A room with a bell on it. Circular scratch marks, wax drops. That's probably where the candle was originally. Someone got smashed with this one.
The bent end of this candlestick has blood on it.
Bart note about a telegram. I've intercepted a strange telegram sent to Ashmat. It is utterly cryptic and I cannot make heads nor tails of it. The mailman confirmed the telegram was definitely for Ashmat So he must know what it means. The rest of the note is unreadable.
Burnt papers, now completely unreadable.
Except for that one piece.
Someone was bleeding, but it doesn't look lethal.
Well, this one was pretty lethal. Excuse me, Watson?
Watson, would you please lend me your medical expertise?
I'll do my best. The hand can bend freely. Rigor mortis has passed. His corneas are already clouded. Hay on his trousers suggests a gardener or groom.
Hmm. Stab wound.
A deep stab reached the man's heart. Clean edges suggest a sharp blade, but the wound is too wide for an ordinary knife. This man has been dead for a week, the result of a sharp object piercing his heart.
You are mostly right, but I would bet he died 5 days ago. Heat and humidity will have accelerated the decomposition.
Hmm. I wonder this house stinks.
Mr. Arneson with his prey.
Oh, crap.
I will need your help one more time, Doctor.
An enormous blow shattered her ribcage. Blooded, broken nails. The poor woman tried to put up a fight. Extremely sharp and deadly. A wound like this could only be dealt by a man of incredible strength.
And cruelty.
Hey.
Tea for two. An odd glimpse of normalcy amid the horror. A used kitchen towel.
Let's back to the start. Alright, we got all the clues, it looks like. Actually, it looks like we're missing a few. Let's check upstairs then. Before we come to any conclusions. Ooh, that one opens.
What I wouldn't give for a nice bath right now, Holmes.
It's not the time, John. A letter from Lockvika. My dear friend, the boy is a genius. Despite seeing a fraction of my formula, he recreated it and solved it. It is a function that young students have serious trouble with. Your Davy is a prodigy. Ah, this is what happened to her brother. What surprises me even more is that when I asked him any question, the boy writes answers that are your direct quotes or mine. His memory is impeccable. I know you took the boy under your wing to take care of him, but I'm asking you to let me hold some lessons with him. I truly believe that with your help, this boy can shine and change the world.
A dull book about local geology. Even I'd struggle. The dashing portrait of Mr. Arneson.
Seems like where the code might be. Oh, there was something on the bed for a second. The room with the sword. That's actually a pretty dope mural. That's the raccoons.
Corner of Louisiana. Full of things that bite, no doubt.
I'll just take that book. Dear Earl, I do want you to find what you are looking for, but I can't deny that my misgivings are growing with each passing day. I fear the worst. I am worried about you, about what you are doing. My heart stops when I think about where you look for your answers. I wouldn't give them to you. I would have given anything so you might stop disappearing. Earl, please, you must stop. We have something beautiful together. Isn't that enough? I hope to hear from you soon. I love you, L.
New Pied Piper. Foreigners missing in New Orleans. Arneson and Davy seem to have got along well. He looks more like a son than a servant. Arneson and Davy, 1881.
Few more clues unlocked. These are still locked. Let's check outside one more time. Make sure there's no clues that we overlooked out here. The root almost ripped out. Sounds like he tripped. Those fingers?
These fingers were severed with a single clean stroke, but I don't see the thumb or middle finger. Look, Watson, animal prints. I wonder what kind. Boots, size 10. Luxurious shoes, size 9.
Palm print. Well, looks like someone's at my door. One sec. Alright, back to the crime at hand. Ooh, there's gators.
A scrap of silk, soft and elegant.
We got a ton of stuff. We're gonna pin that one because we gotta find that. What happened to Davy? Seems like he got kidnapped. That's about the horse. I feel like that one's definitely involved. Wonder if the boy had the candle. Right. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. There we go.
More boot prints. More boot prints.
Alright, we have a ton of clues. We got this letter though.
Mr. Arneson with his prey. Note the blade, Watson.
A curved dagger, probably of Persian or Indian origin. 9 or 10 inches, I'd say.
Alright. There we go. Now we got all the clues.
A dashing portrait of Mr. Arneson.
Well, let's see if we can put this together. This one has a ton. Alright. Guy came in with an axe. Doesn't seem right. Different guy came in with an axe. Still an axe. Watson, could you move? I can't see what is happening. Thank you. Alright, let's start that back over. Definitely didn't have the candle. goes. He has a blade. I think he had a blade. That's not the next one. Where is number 2? It's 3, 2. Alright. It suggests he fell while drinking. Hit with the candle. Hit with a axe. There was blood on it. That one can definitely be it. Yeah. I'm going with that one for now. Definitely think he got stabbed. Oh, shit. Okay, this guy has a blade, or the hatchet. Yeah, this one seems like he came and got the hatchet from the table. Now we're looking for 5. No, it wasn't the attacker. That seems more like it. I think that one was the child. I don't think they dragged a pick through here, but you know. I don't even know what the hell that is. Say they dragged someone. Yeah. Are we seeing the attackers? That coffee? Alright, let's see what's up. Oh, but the last one, okay. I figured it wasn't the attackers. Just, it's weird for this to be at the end, because they would have already been dead at this point.
An intruder entered through the back door at night, leaving mud traces in the hallway. Without being noticed, they picked up a candlestick and struck the man in the chair from behind. In the kitchen, two people were drinking tea, the workman and cook. They were startled by the noise of a falling body and went to investigate the parlor. The workman tried to subdue the intruder, but was stabbed by the attacker's knife. Judging by the wound, it was a curved blade. The cook panicked and fled back to the kitchen. The intruder followed, but since their blade was stuck in the workman, they used the meat cleaver on the table to kill her. Someone smaller arrived and discovered the carnage. They dropped the candlestick in horror and ran for safety to a room down the hallway. Meanwhile, the intruder returned to his first victim and dragged their stunned body away from the fireplace and out into the garden.
This is one that you gotta do there. Looks like a mammal to me. Weighed around 12 pounds. There's an animal near the severed fingers. The animal left small paw prints. Makes it seem like that. 12 pounds. I mean, it was around that, so it might be carnivore. Assuming it just means that, even though it says 12. And we are in the bayou area. And you can't choose one of those, okay. Guess we don't know that. Vermin are a small dog. Been a rodent. No information. They said it wasn't that. I'm gonna try that again. Nope. Interesting. Still think it's that one, so maybe it's... There we go. The increasing number of raccoons in urban areas has provoked diverse reactions in humans, ranging from hostility at their presence to concern to care. Close proximity to humans result in behavioral changes in how raccoons live and interact with people. For many generations, humans and raccoons have developed an invisible ecosystem that the animal now rely upon when finding food. Raccoons are fond of stealing food from local households. They typically nest inside tree cavities, fallen and dead logs, and others search and secure and isolated places. Raccoons usually do not prey on domestic cats or dogs, but isolated cases of attacks have been reported. The majority of attacks are as a result of rabies that can afflict raccoons. To protect your household against raccoons, you might consider certain strong scents. Spicy smells, so that's the pepper. Spicy smells can be used as an easy and effective raccoon repellent, and a small bottle of cayenne pepper mixed with a gallon of water provides quite a powerful mixture to repel wild raccoons. Spray this pepper solution around your plants, bushes, and other vegetation. If you're trying to deter raccoons from prowling your chicken coop, spray around the perimeter as well. If you don't have any pepper, Epsom salt is a good alternative at just 15 cents per brick. So we go make sure we have that pinned. The study room on the first floor has an interesting painting. Okay. With all that known info, I feel like we can figure out some of this. All about the backyard. His brother Davy is behind the door. The door with the horse symbol. Oh, so he dropped it and ran and hid in here.
Davy, please open the door.
After all this, Holmes, I doubt the young man would open the door to a stranger.
Davy, please open the door.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening. So we might have to go get his sister. We'll go around back. Cause yeah, they're right. He ain't opening it for anyone but her. Can I talk to her through here? No, she's not even there. The hell? Holy shit. Well, I wasn't ready for that.
Ligature marks on her neck. There'll be a bruise, but she should be okay.
Notes with threats. Do you think that in this city the life of one English detective is worth more than that of a maidservant? Final warning, Mr. Holmes. Grub. Oh yeah, that guy's a piece of shit.
Doctor, Watson, speak to me. How is she?
We were just in time, Holmes. Eula is stable, but lucky to be alive. We should take her to a hospital for a further examination.
Yes. I fear I was wrong, Watson. The sheriff is not a man to be underestimated. To lynch an innocent woman just to send a message, it's evil. We're not safe in this city, nor is anyone around us.
Then we must not dawdle. Help me get Eula to her feet.
No, no. I will not leave here without Davy.
Miss, please, we must get you help.
No, I will not be deterred. I will get my brother and bring him home.
If my deductions are correct, Davy lies behind this door. He ought to be unhurt, but is no doubt shaken.
Davy. Davy, you there?
Davy, we understand what you witnessed before. It's safe now. You're safe. Please, let us in. Your sister wants to see you.
Everything will be all right, I promise.
Yeah, them gentlemen speak the truth. Just open the door. Big sister's here for you. Davy! Oh, come here, you! Thanks, sirs. Lord bless your souls.
Let me examine him, miss. I want to make sure he is unharmed.
Remember, he may be mute, but he still understands you.
I'm sure this guy is shaking. Red eyes, hasn't slept for days. I don't blame him. Shallow breathing, alarmed and agitated. A healing bruise, days old, insignificant. And a torn pocket, old clothes or active. Starving and in shock. Seems like he was cared for, especially from the pictures and everything. He's just freaking out because of what happened.
Davy seems in good health. The bruise is a remnant of that awful night, perhaps even caused by the intruder, but he is otherwise unharmed. In fact, I believe life here was good for the boy.
Arneson and the others cared for Davy. That may have allowed him to withstand such horrors. I need your help, Davy. We know that the man with the curved dagger is responsible for all this. You recognized the man, yes? The same one in the photograph in the office upstairs, standing with Arneson. Good. Please, write his name. And one last thing. The room with an image of a bell on its door may hold important answers. Do you know a way in?
Nice.
Yes. I think I've got it. You have been very helpful, Davy.
Davy is calm and collected despite enduring all these horrors. An impressive young man.
Key, double keys, Ashmont. The key to the door with the bell can be found on the first floor in a place marked with 2 crossed keys. That's what we're looking for right now. 2 crossed keys on the first floor. Did say first, right? I'm not tripping. Key can be to the door with the bell can be found on the first floor in a place marked with 2 crossed keys. Showed it on the stairs. 2 crossed keys.
does it look so familiar?
Because you've been there. In your mind. Place with 2 crossed keys. This still looked like it was upstairs. Two crossed keys. Two crossed keys.
Let's take a closer look.
Well, right there it says 1879. I highly doubt that's the code. But we'll just have to find out next time. Because I gotta call it here for the day. So thanks everyone for tuning in to Fright Night. If you enjoyed yourself, don't forget to hit that follow button and tune in tomorrow for another night of horrors. And as always, where my goats at? Later, y'all.